All right, so in this video, we're going to talk about breathing and bracing. Bracing is an art. And I think a lot of us can relate that when you first learn how to brace, it's kind of like you brace, like you're bracing for impact, and then it's kind of hard to breathe while you're bracing or even talk while you're bracing. So I'm going to teach you how to do that. And then I want to just reiterate that the first 6 weeks of your program, I really want you to see your workouts as a practice. Okay, we're building a solid foundation. These are new movements, or we're treating them as new movements, and we want to get the absolute most out of them while doing them with proper form and safety first. And safety is all in bracing. Okay, bracing is going to protect your spine and your low back. So I want you to go ahead and stand up, and I want you to put your fingers on your stomach, and I want you to give me 3 breaths, inhaling through the nose and just like a chill exhale out the mouth, and see what happens here. Okay, so breathe with me. Inhale in, exhale out. 2 more. The stomach stays soft, right? Like there's nothing crazy going on there, all right? Now this is what I want you to do when you are swinging, when you are squatting, when you are pressing. I will go into little detail during each demo of those lifts, but for now we're just talking about bracing for bracing's sake. So now you're gonna have your hands on your stomach, you're gonna inhale through your nose, but instead of just going or I want you to go, okay? You're gonna make a little, I'm sorry if this mic is making that really loud, but okay, so stand up, fingers on your stomach, inhale through your nose, out the mouth for 3. Right? So when it sucks everything in, rebraces. This is a fail-safe way, okay? There is no way that you are not going to be able to be braced when you are ing out your mouth, okay? So for example, when I press, and you might think, this is just an upper body movement. I don't need to brace, but we do, because I don't want you to go at the top. I want you to go, okay? You're creating as much tension as you can because we are not wasting a moment in the gym, okay? We want to get in, we want to get out. So we are staying as tense as we can in our core and the rest of our body throughout, okay? And then for a kettlebell, I'll just do a squat. We inhale on the way down. There's actually one more piece with the squat, but we're going to save that for the squat demo video. But you get the point, okay? So we are ing when we are exhaling with all of our movements for the rest of time throughout this program, okay? Let's also talk about where your ribs and hips are in space, okay? So this is another part of bracing, is if your ribs are flaring, if you have, I know a lot of girls, a lot of babes get told they have a posterior pelvic tilt, right? You're sticking your booty out, tits up. So if our ribs are flared or our booty is popping out, your abs are now lengthened, which means they're off, okay? And the tension isn't there. So when I say know where your ribs are in space, that's what I mean. So at the top of your squat, your press, your swing, your deadlift, you are always, I want you to find your plank at the top, okay? So when we're in a plank, right, our booty's not up, our hips aren't down, we are stacked. Shoulders, ribs, hips are stacked on top of each other. And the distance between your ribs and your hips should never change, okay? So I want you to imagine there's a beautiful golden thread from the top of your hip bone to the lower rib, and I don't ever want that thread to break or have slack in the thread, okay? I'm keeping a nice distance, keeping everything, hips, ribs, shoulders stacked on top of each other at the top, okay? No banana back, nice, tall, lengthened spine. okay? So when I say find your plank at the top of your swing, at the top of your press, whatever the movement is, if you hear me say find your plank, that's what I mean, okay? I'm staying nice and strong at the top. I want quads engaged, knees locked. So I'm squeezing my quads are on. I'm squeezing my butt, my glutes are on. My shoulders, ribs, and hips are stacked on top of each other, and I'm staying nice and braced, okay? Find your plank at the top of every movement. And don't worry, I will walk you through this through each demo. But just to give you an overview and to just really repetition is how we get these things in, right? So the more you hear it from me, the more it's going to make sense. Okay, what else? I think that's good.